This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed model, therapist, medium, poet. She does it all, the one and only Nevaeh. Hello, Nevaeh. How are you?
Hello. I'm well. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, listen, Nevaeh, I've been doing these interviews now for over 7 months, close to 700 artists of all disciplines already on this app. And I've spoken with a few people in that I would consider multi hyphenates like yourself. But my first question is actually about the medium thing, and I'm sure you get it a lot. And the reason why I want to speak with you first about it is because I selfishly have been told I have, beyond instincts, weird connections with another spiritual realm that we can unpack so that I can pay you your worth for your talent. But I'm just so curious, first and foremost, when did you realize that you had that specific gift?
Well, it began when I was younger. I remember my mother was practiced witchcraft. She was Wiccan, and we always kind of had that ambiance throughout the house. But I came across my first spiritual engagement when I was about 3 years old. I mean, not 3 years old, in third grade. And I wasn't quite sure what it was. I explained it to my mother. She banished off the property, and that's when I realized that I could see. And then after being able to see spirits, I started working on more or less engaging them and using different portals in that way. So, different avenues that I use are tarot, I use pendulum work, I use Ouija, I do crystal healing, and I do mediumship as well. I'm working on, in the mediumship realm, allowing spirit to just completely take the front seat when we're speaking. At this point, it's more or less, I'm hearing the messages and I'm translating them to the client. But I'm working on just kind of eliminating myself from the aspect and just allowing that direct communication. So stay tuned.
Well, I love it. And I also love the fact that it seems like you're a vessel in everything that you do. You know what I mean? In every aspect of the different hats that you wear, you're a vessel. And there's something really beautiful and inspiring about that, because you're obviously someone who has also done the work on themselves to have that clarity,
Absolutely. That shadow work is key. I mean, having that, eliminating the presence of the ego and the power that the ego can really play in our lives in totality, kind of being able to set that to the side is key in being able to access, that other dimension, that other realm. If you're unable to see the shadow within yourself that needs, room for improvement, or that needs to be, looked at further, then your likelihood of being able to have that transparency with the spiritual realm is going to be a lot more difficult.
Oh my gosh, I just got to chill. I don't know. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about, to pivot, talk to me a little bit about your modeling career. I know you've been doing it for a while. Talk to me about how you got involved and also what you love about it.
Well, I got involved because when I was 17 years old, I did my senior photos. We've all done our senior photos. We're typical posing. And actually mine was a little bit different though. I went out to Maryland, worked with a photographer that introduced me to the modeling industry. So during my senior photos, I was doing underwater photos. I was doing, I had full hair and makeup. We had a whole team on it, and it kind of inspired me to pursue that further, right? So between 17 and about 19, I did kind of just side work, things like promote for trade, working with local collaborative projects, etc. But it was about 19 to 20 when I discovered my side in art nude. So I kind of transitioned into a genre of modeling that I wasn't in before. And that's where I really find my passion. So I've been kind of focusing on art nude work now for, about 8 years. And my goal with art nude is kind of to normalize the beauty and the contours of the human body and give people a perspective that's not just sexual, but more artistic. And I'm trying to work daily on eliminating those stigmas and opening up the viewpoint from a societal standpoint.
What I love about what you do all across the board is it seems like you enjoy investigating the superfluous and investigating investigating the preconceived notion, in getting
Absolutely.
in getting to the elegant, getting to that, getting, dare I say, back to that inner child that was just at play. That literally just came to me. I was like, Nevaeh is at play. And I feel like that's a beautiful North Star to have, and something that you share in everything that you do.
And I appreciate that. And actually, that is kind of a big motivating factor behind all the different hats that I wear as well, is that, growing up in the foster care system and kind of growing up in an unstable community, it kind of has motivated me to not only express myself in ways that I feel most confident and most, for lack of a better word, vulnerable,
Yeah.
putting myself in these situations where maybe I didn't have that type of exposure to the element earlier on. The type of work that I do in child welfare is all rooted from that inner child and kind of allowing that inner child to play in ways that they didn't used to before. And doing that is through my modeling, through my tarot, through these different avenues, my poetry, but more or less in the child welfare, I'm doing it so that the kids, that little voice that many of us have, can be heard, whether it
Mm.
be a child or an adult. And that's kind of my motivation behind that as well.
So amazing that you've been able to look back to look forward, that you're not only, I think, helping to heal little Nevaeh, but all the little Nevaehs out there who may feel at times isolated, who may feel like misfits, who may feel like they're too much or outside the box or whatnot. But the fact that you have attacked life one step in front of the other with the choice to be positive and grateful, and I don't know. You're a beautiful spirit that has found so many different lanes to spread your light. And I'm just thinking the young Nevaehs out there who get to look at you as a North Star themselves, you know?
I think my biggest, thing too is kind of being that boost, that encouragement to be able to express yourself in what you feel most comfortable doing, and to utilize these different outlets of creativity and self-expression. And through that, we're normalizing things that maybe at one point have been viewed as more taboo, like art
Mm,
modeling, art
yeah.
nude modeling, or tarot, spirituality. These things are becoming more and more normalized concepts within our society because there's more and more people that are tuning into that little voice. And I'm hoping that the kind of work that I do that helps people take those voices and put them at a level 10 rather than a level 2. And
Well, it is. And I think by you not dimming your light, by showing and not telling, but showing, it's so powerful.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, listen, Nevaeh, I could speak with you truly forever, but I'm going to just let the audience know for more on the incredible Nevaeh. You can read more about her, everything that she has to offer. And I'm so grateful that we're now connected.
As am I, darling. Don't be a stranger. I'll be here.